Hello? Hi there. Welcome to the 1.5 part of the Ultimate FNaF Theory. Now I know you're expecting this theory to be about solving the Five Nights at Freddy's timeline, but there are a great many things to explain before we move on.
Hello everybody, my name is SkipperDog65. Welcome to another FNaF Theory. In the last episode, we debunked the Bite of 83 theory, and we established that the events taking place in the final minigame were indeed the Bite of 87. However, in doing so, we have thrown every timeline ever conceived by MatPat, Razbowski, or Dawko out the window. This is one of the many things I was dreading when it came to writing the script for the previous video. I knew that if I were to place the Bite at 1987, then it would force me to come up with my own timeline. I would have to make sense out of every little bit of lore in these games. Doing that is no small feat. However, aside from having to figure out the timeline, I would have to solve the questions I listed in the previous video about FNAF 4. I'm unable to answer the timeline and those questions all in one video because if I were to stuff both them and the timeline in, this video would be as stuffed and as confusing as Batman v Superman. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Is this the puppet's origin or Golden Freddy's? To put it simply, it doesn't make sense for the crying child in FNAF 4 to turn into the puppet. This FNAF 2 minigame shows us this child being murdered and the puppet jump scare following. This is supposed to be the murder of the child who would become the puppet, giving us an origin to a character who seems to have popped out of nowhere. Now Scott, all you have to do is try that with all the other characters in this game, and you'll get a gold star. So yes, according to the evidence given, the crying child does indeed turn out to be Golden Freddy. Number 2. Does FNAF 4 answer the question of who committed the Bite of 87? Seriously? I listed that as a question? Really? Okay, alright then. Yes, Fredbear! Number 3. When does FNAF 4 take place? Well, according to last week's conclusion, the bite we saw was the Bite of 87. Number 4. Why is the crying child having such vivid nightmares, and when does he have them? The answer is actually a lot simpler than the popular theory will have you believe. As confirmed on Game Theory, if the crying child was bit so badly that his frontal lobe was damaged beyond repair and would cause him to die in the hospital, he would be unable to have these nightmares, which is 100% scientifically correct. But who said these nightmares happen after the incident? Couldn't they just be regular children's nightmares? And even the game supports this as the text following the nights count down the days to the party, which tells us he's having these nightmares before he is bitten. It's so good to get these questions out of the way so next time we can focus on the timeline. Please don't kill me for not doing the timeline in this episode. I just can't stuff all this into one episode or it will feel like 2 episodes crammed into one, and I really don't want to do that. So you guys just have to wait and see for the timeline. Don't worry, I'll most likely be back with another video in maybe a week. I have no idea, everything's random, but I will try my best. Thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Please do like, subscribe, comment down below, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. This is for everyone who stayed until the very end. If you noticed, I did not do 2 questions. If you go back to the other video, there are 2 more questions that I did not answer in this video. Now, I'm not gonna tell you which ones those are, but if you go through the rest of this video and then you go and watch the one before, you can obviously tell which ones I didn't do. And the last 2 questions, the reason why I can't answer them in today's video is because they're a tad bit critical to the timeline theory, and if I do them now, they might just take away all the suspense that will be in the timeline video. So I'm gonna have to make you guys wait for that, but you guys who stayed to the very end, at least you guys know this. Bye-bye.